In this video, we're going to go over all of the events as well as the movement standards for all of the movements in this year's Chi-Town Throwdown. For individual event 1, RX athletes, you have 4 rounds of 32 wall balls followed by 16 burpee box jump overs. Intermediate athletes, you have 4 rounds of 24 wall balls and 12 burpee box jump overs. For the wall ball, first thing we're going to be looking for is hip crease getting below the knee and then having that ball touch the target. For your first rep, you can drop right into that squat, grab it and go, as long as you have the ball up with the hip crease below the knee. So, top target is 10 feet. That's the one men will be aiming for, both RX and intermediate. Bottom target is 9 feet. That is what women will be aiming for, both RX and intermediate. For the burpee box jump over, you must be facing your box during the burpee. Coming up, you have to do a 2-foot jump, either onto the box or over the box. And then the rep ends when you get to the other side. So make sure on your final rep in that 4th round, I guess in any round actually, that you do fully go to the other side of the box in order to complete that rep. So down facing the box, up 2-foot jump, over to the other side however you want. Once both feet are on the other side, that is a rep. Okay, so those are the 2 movements and the full movement standards for individual event 1. Individual event 2 is an ascending chipper of 3 movements: strict dumbbell shoulder press, pull-ups for intermediate, or bar muscle-ups for RX, and then double unders. There is slight differences in the rep scheme for intermediate and RX. Please review those. Make sure you know how many you're supposed to be doing. For the dumbbell strict press, the movement starts with the dumbbell touching my shoulder. I can be here, I can be here, don't really care, but the dumbbell must be touching the shoulder. The movement finishes when I have fully extended my elbow and the dumbbell is clearly stacked over my elbow, shoulder, hip, and heel. So finishing out in front, not acceptable. I must finish here. Let's see. For the dumbbell shoulder press, the movement starts with the dumbbell touching my shoulder and finishes once my elbow is fully extended and the dumbbell is clearly over my shoulder, hip, and heels. These reps must be done in sets of 5, switching hands after 5 reps. After I've completed my 5th rep, I can switch hands overhead, touch the dumbbell to my shoulder to start the next rep. I can switch dumbbells down here. There is no set standard for switching the dumbbell. As long as the dumbbell starts on the shoulder and finishes in that full locked out overhead position, the rep will count. Any bending of the knees during the press will result in a no rep. If you have done that on your 3rd or 4th rep, you simply need to repeat that rep and continue. Any dip or drive used to help, even if it is subtle in the knees, that will be a no rep. Any extra movement in the knee or the hip, whether it's bending and leaning or bouncing to assist, is a no rep. Pull-ups, bar muscle-ups, these are our standard range of motion. Start in the hanging position, feet off the ground. For pull-ups, we must finish with our chin above the bar. Bar muscle-ups, we must finish in that full locked out position, shoulders over the top of that pull-up bar. Double unders are also the standard range of motion where the rope passes 2 times under the feet per jump. Again, there is a 10-minute cap on this workout. Upon completion of event 2, after 1 minute from that time cap, so at the 11-minute mark, we begin event 3. The sooner that you finish event 2, the more rest time you will have before event 3. Event 3 is a max unbroken set of power cleans at your division's specified weight. It will begin at exactly the 11-minute mark with all athletes moving at the same time. This is 1 minute after the 10-minute time cap of Event 2. The range of motion standards for the power clean starts with the barbell on the ground, finishes with the barbell in our front rack position, resting on our shoulders with the knees and hips fully extended. The barbell may not rest or come to a stop on the ground. On the way down, it must tap the floor and immediately come back up. The barbell may rest momentarily in the front rack position or on the way down in the crease of the hip to allow for a re-grip, but any prolonged pauses in those positions will result in a no rep. This would be acceptable. That would be acceptable. This would not be acceptable anytime I move my hands off of the bar to give myself a rest. This will not be acceptable at any point. Momentary pause, those will be acceptable. Keep the bar moving. That will be your standard for Event 3. Event 4 is a 16-minute row for max calories. It will actually be done in between Events 1 and Events 2 and 3. You will be with your same heat. All athletes will start at the same time. There will be a 16-minute clock on your rower, counting down, giving you a precise number of calories at the end of those 16 minutes. Any damper setting may be used as preferred by the athlete. That is all for the events and movement standards for the individual competition of the Chi-Town Throwdown. Thank you all so much for being a part of this event. Good luck this weekend.